Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Pup. We are about to battle Crep, and here we are finding her. Let's see what she has. I'll explain a little bit of my team as well. But we're gonna see a lot of stuff I did expect. What are we missing? They did bring Iron Crown. Terra Electric on their Swalot, by the way. No Clefable. Okay. Alright, no Clefable is perfectly fine. And it just means that we see the Sui into GWA, probably in order to keep hazards off their field, which is unfortunate because we brought Spike's Overquill this week. We have Choice Band and Lycanroc. That one's really good into their team. Choice Scarf Gardevoir as well to outspeed them. Custat Berry Harvest Arbalava is really fun. Dual Screens Regieleki. We also have Salac Berry Azelf in the back. I think this is going to be a really fun one, but I mean, we'll see. I think Overquill makes a lot of sense. It's a very, very good into like a Meowscarada lead. But if they lead anything like Ursaluna, then that kind of puts us in a tough spot. We'll get the Intimidate off, which is pretty nice though. But yeah, let's just go for it. Good luck, have fun to Crep. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we have Terra Steel on our Arbalava. They already know. But in this battle, it doesn't really do too much. It's just there really for Iron Crown, to resist the dual stabs, at least, to make him have to hit a Focus Blast or something. So I mean, it's something, but not a lot. In the end game, I know Azelf can win here. It actually does look pretty solid. Man, Terra Electric. I mean, it's gonna resist Regieleki. At least it's not Terra Ground. We're just Volt Switch on this set, so I mean, it is what it is. It's not Purdy. Yeah, I thought that might be the Slowbro, or Slowking. But we send out our shiny Overquill in their face. We definitely take that. Gonna show that we are into him. What do I do versus this thing? Honestly, I've got no clue. I mean, I could just click Spikes. I can also click Poison Jab, expecting a switch maybe into that Decidueye. Crunch is also just great. What should I do? We still have plenty of time to make our move here. I'm just gonna Calc versus Slowking. Defensive takes about 50% percent to a Crunch. I think we're gonna go for a Poison Jab here, just kind of predicting that Decidueye to probably come out. Maybe get a cheeky Poison. Long Whisker, that's gotta be it, right? No, it's Swalot. Okay. Interesting. And that, I don't know. They're Black Sludge, well, probably Leftovers. Yeah, Leftovers. Poison Jab, honestly, it did a decent amount. This thing might be offensive. I knew they would bring this too. I don't have like the best switch-ins in the world, but I can always just Spike in this thing's face. It could be some sort of setup though, which is what scares me. Yeah, I mean, it obviously scares me. We do have ways around it. I'm just gonna go for a Spike right here. Their team really doesn't appreciate it. I probably should have done that turn 1, but I mean, seeing their item is really nice because I know they're not some sort of like, what is it? There's some move that they use in one of the first weeks where you just eat a berry and you get like double its effect or something. I don't know. I'm gonna set up Spikes in its face. It's not faster than me, so not really speedy. Amnesia, okay. Plus 2 Spadef. I'm assuming this thing might just be Spadef then. I don't really know if it does that much to me though. We can always crunch this thing. It does a decent chunk. We can always fish for defense drops as well. Let's just go for that for now. We've got crunch. It does a good chunk actually. So they're gonna curse. Alright. Yeah, that's annoying for sure. Definitely annoying. From here, what can we do? Like, Gardevoir with Psychic doesn't actually do very much. Lycanroc with Stone Edge does a lot of damage to this thing. I don't know, man. Arbalova does a decent chunk. I think I'm just gonna crunch again. I mean, we're doing good chunks. Curse again. I really wish that I was able to, you know, get some defense drops. Even if I had Toxic on this thing, it would be really nice. We're pretty defensive, so I don't know what they're gonna throw at me. Like, even Earthquake isn't doing very much. We always have Pain Split, too. I'm just gonna crunch again. You know, we're fishing for crits here the whole time. It would kind of be, you know, in my favor maybe to get a crit or two, seeing as how the rest of the season has gone for me. This thing is definitely not, like, unkillable, though. They're gonna end up Terra Electricing now. Alright. That's kind of interesting. Now I can poison them, at least. So instead of fishing for defense drops, I can fish for poisons. I'm gonna get that crunch off. Doesn't do too much. It's a Thunder Punch, okay. Which does 140. Let's see, Terra Electric, Thunder Punch. Oh no, they have a ton of attack investment on that thing, actually. Yeah, they're probably, I don't know, they have plenty of investment. I'll say that. I think here I'm honestly going to go for a second Spike. If they want to hit me again, that's perfectly fine. They're chipping down like my Meowscarada answer, which is kind of annoying, but it's no biggie. Yeah, this thing, like, they can't beat me with Swalot. And getting another layer up would be really nice. I mean, we're pretty much baiting that Decidueye to come in. I don't know. We can't freely click Psychic type moves into their team, which is, like, kind of frustrating. Because they do have that Meowscarada. They also have the Iron Crown that's going to resist it. Can't click Fairy types into their team. I mean, it's better than it was now that Swalot's Terra'd, at least. I mean, no, it's not really Spadef. Yeah, Thunder Punch again. That's a much higher roll that time. Alright, they're gonna restore a little bit. So we can go for our third layer if we want. But that means we just can't let them defog. I'm pretty sure Hisuian Decidueye gets defogged. Let me check out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it definitely does. I don't know, could we kill this thing? If we could kill this thing, it would be nice. I'm just gonna go for another layer of spikes, though. I'm gonna get the third up. Yeah, they're just gonna Thunder Punch. They're gonna take out my Overquill, which is annoying not to have it around for Meowscarada. But we're gonna hurt them with the Rocky Helmet. Do a ton. Let's go Overquill out of here. And they're gonna be super duper low. So anything should be able to come in and revenge kill this thing. We could go Azelf. You know, go for a Mystical Power, get a boost. We'd also go like Lycanroc. I'd like Gardevoir as well. I think Azelf might be our best option though. Just for that Mystical Power boost. Kind of scare their team. We should be able to kill this thing with a Dazzling Gleam also. Nah, I'm gonna Mystical Power here. Yeah, they just let it go down, which is expected. Down goes their Terra Cap, which is really nice. We're gonna get a +1 boost. And we're Salic Berry, so I mean, if we can get this Endure off, then we're in a great spot. Unless their Meowscarada has Sucker Punch. Yeah, they just go straight out into it. And take the spikes damage. I'm just gonna go for it. Click Endure here. They might U-turn, which would actually probably take me down to it. But yeah, Dazzling Gleam definitely kills this thing. I absolutely demolish the rest of their team if they don't have priority. I mean, I don't know how much we do to Ursaluna. We still do a good chunk. Yeah, so we're gonna click Endure here. And they just knock off. Okay. So I mean, they're gonna knock off the Salic Berry anyways. I was kind of expecting them to predict me to switch out, which is why I went for that, but I think here I can just let this thing go down. It's not really doing too much else besides being immune to ground for that Ursaluna. But it's just clicking normal moves versus my team anyways. Kind of goes wild. This thing also could be banded, I suppose. I mean, they're double knockoffing, so if they are, they're hiding it well. Down goes their Azelf. It's kind of sad that I let it go down like that, because it would have been super fun to get off, but it is what it is. But they've got Meowscarada. I'm assuming this thing might be choice banded, but 3 layers of spikes are really nice. After that, the Cellrock is close to killing, but will not. We can go Gardevoir though, and click Moonblast. I think seems pretty good. We're gonna get Protean as well. And part of me really wants to click Shadow Ball here. I'm predicting this Iron Crown to come in. You know, if Iron Crown comes in on a Shadow Ball, like, we're definitely just gonna destroy it. But 2 Moonblast as well is really actually decent, so I think we're gonna go for it. We're Scarf, so we're kind of showing that, but I don't mind too much. Yeah, they're just gonna withdraw. Should be the Crown. Purdy, no. Okay, that's gonna be Slowking. So this thing is probably pretty Spadef. No boots though. We were doing a ton there. I wonder what kind of item they are. I don't know. But that Moonblast did a ton. It's probably a roll to kill here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go for a second one. Spikes are doing a ton, so I mean, they don't just have free switching around. When Meowscarada comes back in, it dies to a Cellrock, which is really nice. As long as we don't let them get any defogs off. Come on. We don't take him out. He's gonna set up Trick Room. Ooh, okay. That's quite interesting. Alright, part of me wants to go Regieleki here, which is kind of wild. Seeing as though they are probably gonna like Chili out into Ursaluna, or maybe sack it for a move and then go Ursaluna. Wow, yeah, I was not expecting that. Ursaluna with min speed. With like a Brave Nature. Is actually, yeah, underspeeding my Arboliva. Huh. Alright. I think I will go ARB here, though. And they did not end up switching, which is good. I wonder what they go for here. Maybe they're like light clay or something, going for a screen. No, they are chilling. Alright, they're chilling in front of ARB. It's totally fine. Totally fine. If it's Ursaluna, I don't mind. Because turn 1, they should definitely be protecting. No, it's going to be the Decidueye. It's going to get hurt by the spikes. They should be defogging here. I mean, Alluring Voice does a absolute ton here. I think we're just going to go for that. Triple Arrows does a lot to me, but it brings me into Custap range. Let's see. We don't actually do that much. They're definitely specially defensive. And we die. That's crazy. They have to have a lot of attack investment for that too. They must be Assault vested. Wow. Assault vested on that thing is not what I was expecting. Yeah, you hate to see it. I really do. I mean, even then, they have to be adamant to 100% knock me out. Regieleki should always live, so I can set up screens if I want. I think a Reflect makes a whole lot of sense here. Or Light Clay. I have to take Arbalba off here. Man, we're just not doing the best. Props to Crep, though. They've obviously done their homework, prepped pretty well here. So they might end up going to Ursaluna. That'd be totally fine, because we're getting this Reflect off. They haven't brought this sort of set on Regieleki, so they might not expect it. We'll see. No, they just triple arrows. Okay. Get the defense drop, of course. But we're going to set up Reflect. He actually did a ton of damage, man. Alright, and we're just gonna... We're gonna try to Light Screen. They should take me out here. As they Leaf Blade, take out my Regieleki. That's fine. Twisted Dimensions return to normal. And we just get to go Gardevoir. And Gardevoir is doing a ton. We're going to trace a Scrappy. But we just get free Moonblast versus their team. Obviously, they do have that Iron Crown in the back, which is annoying. That's why I really wanted to get the Light Screen up as well. Because we do not have a switch into that thing. Potentially, like, we can make a play now, but I think it's in their best interest to just stay in. They do have Sucker. Yeah, we're going to take out Decidueye. At least not going to get absolutely destroyed. Snow is gone. I'm assuming they're going Iron Crown here. I mean, they could be a booster special. I mean, booster speed, which would be very annoying. Let's see. No booster. We're just going to try to get all the chip I possibly can. There's no way I can win with Choice Banded Lycanroc in the back. So we're just going to go for this. Maybe a Spatak drop. Nice. Okay. As they click Agility. Crazy, actually. At +2, they probably are outrunning me. I'm guessing their weakness policy as well. Maybe Calm Mind. Yep. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Alright, how much does Lycanroc do with Cellrock? Absolutely nothing. Alright, we're gonna go for another one as they Calm Mind again. Let's see, maybe a crit? Alright, we get a Spatak drop. Alright, I think my play here is gotta be Lycanroc. And hope they don't attack. Yeah, we're gonna go Lycanroc, try to get into Cellrock off, and then we have the potential to sweep with Gardevoir clicking Moonblast afterwards. So if they get greedy and Calm Mind here, I think it's possible. It really depends on Gardevoir versus Ursaluna. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not likely. They end up stored powering here. Live, okay. Gonna go for the Cellrock, we're choice banded. This into Moonblast should kill. Obviously, they're gonna outrun us. But yeah, they just stored power again. Take out Lycanroc. Sad way for my puppy to go down. Honestly, my favorite Pokemon on the team this season. Reflect wears off. I think we should live a Tachyon Cutter here, for what it's worth. We're just gonna go for Moonblast. Now we can't trace the Cork Drive. So they're gonna store power. We're gonna live this easily, actually. It does absolutely nothing. Alright, so Crown goes down. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think Ursaluna's probably just gonna pick up the W here. But I don't know. They're probably just max HP. With a minimum speed on that thing. Without any status, they just destroy me. I think I have to crit with Moonblast. Crit with Moonblast, if I get a high roll, it kills against just like an HP invested Ursaluna. I mean, they're thinking about it. They go Purdy here. I mean, this thing dies. Because the spikes. Oh, we're going to Tracer Generator. Interesting. Alright, but this thing dies for sure. So I'm going to get a kill here. Maybe if they realize their mistake and switch out, then I can win. If they go Ursaluna here, actually. That should never be the play, though. Man, if only our Balva still in this endgame, if I didn't let it go down, we would have been in a great spot. Okay. They're just going to let their Slowking go down. Bring it a little bit closer for me. Maybe a little BM. Maybe just a little bit. They're going to go Moonflower here. Alright, that is the Ursaluna. It's going to take 3 layers. We're going to try to crit. Super duper high roll crit. It would kind of be fitting for the season. But no. We get a Spatak drop. But they're going to Headlong Rush. That's going to knock us out. And Crep is going to take this 2-0. So, I mean, we had a really good showing. If I still have Arbalva here, I can definitely win the game, especially assuming that they're slower than me. We got Custap on the horizon. Man, I really could have done it. But it is what it is. We played poor this game, which is fine. It's kind of how we played the whole season. But good game to our friend Crep. If we won this, technically I built with a thought in mind that we could make the playoffs. But we definitely can't, especially after losing. But Pyro won his Week 8 game, so we can't make it anyways. Crep still might be able to, so good luck to them. Definitely unfortunate for us to go out like that this season. Definitely wasn't my best one. I got burnt out in the middle of the season. I, wasn't on my A game. I felt like I played really well last week versus Mackie. I was hoping to ride the momentum a little bit here to get a win over Crep. I think this is the first time that Crep's beat me. I think it's like 1-4, which is fun. So at least a good win for her there. But yeah, that's going to be it for our season. I do have a couple of other draft leagues starting up soon. I'm not sure if I should say yet, but I have a Gen 7 league, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and then another Wi-Fi league. So yeah, those should be on the channel late June. I think like the 23rd of June is when my recap should go up for my next Wi-Fi league. So I hope you guys look forward to that. But if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.